Welcome to our Tanungan Thursday for our LCF Lifestyle Talk with yours truly, Dr. Josephine Grace Rohotan. And meron tayong kinuha isa sa mga question from, of course, the NLCD, the National Low Carb Day, last October 2, 2022. At yung tanong niya, are there any warning signs if we are doing it wrong? So this is again, I think, a very, very good question, especially sa mga beginners. Paano mo malalaman if you are doing it right or you are doing it wrong? So this is specifically sa mga baguhan pa lang, and these are the top 5 na mga senyales na nagpapakita na probably you are not doing it right, na hindi tama yung paraan mo ng paglo-low carb. But don't worry, after this, we will help you how to correct it. So number 1 ay sumasakit yung ulo. So sino sa inyo yung parating merong headache, parang yung mababasag na yung ulo ninyo, sobrang sakit, out of nowhere, bigla-bigla na lang. Others, first 2 weeks of doing low carb ay parang perfect lang, walang problema. But after 2 weeks, doon na nila nakikita na sumasakit yung kanilang ulo. And it is not surprising. Marami po kasi yung naglo-low carb na biglang tinanggal yung kanilang sugar, yung kanilang rice, yung kanilang bread and pasta, and that is good. However, hindi nila alam na the moment you do low carb, nagkakaroon ka ng phase of water and salt wasting. Kasi if galing ka sa high carb, mataas yung insulin mo, mataas din yung glycogen mo, so yung katawan mo is always retaining salt and water. At kapag naka-low carb ka at bigla-bigla mo itong ginawa without securing your electrolytes, so magkakaroon ka ng electrolyte imbalance, specifically for sodium. Headache is one of the primary na symptom of hyponatremia or mababa yung sodium. So yung solusyon, ano ang solution dyan? Simple lang po. It's the salt fix. So salt fix lang, okay na. Just get a pinch of salt and then inumin lang. You can already see it gone in just a matter of 5 minutes, which goes to brings us to our second question or second na senyales na pinaka-common sa mga naglo-low carb na hindi masyadong ideal, yung nagdi-DIY. I am so happy that you're very confident in doing it on your own. But probably if you are experiencing panghihilo, yung iba nga wrongly naming it pa as vertigo and nanghihina, then most likely something is not right. And again, this is still related to electrolyte imbalance. Majority ng mga side effects and symptoms are mostly related to electrolyte imbalance, and yung unang-unang electrolyte na nagkakaroon ng problema or imbalance or kinukulang natin is our salt, because we were brainwashed for the longest time that salt is bad. So we've been trying to avoid salt for the longest time. And we don't know na yung previous pala nating salt intake is already low for us. And kapag naka-low carb tayo, all the more na magkakaroon ito ng manifestations because wala na yung ating capacity to retain those salt and water sa ating body. That is why the first week of doing low carb and fasting, grabe yung weight loss kasi those are water weight. Those are excessive water weight na we can actually benefit from, but we have to replenish our electrolyte stores sa katawan, specifically our sodium. So one tip is make sure na sa umaga pa lang, you already put 1 teaspoon, isang kutsarita ng rock salt sa inyong hapagkainan, and try to consume that during the whole day, either with water or with your food or as is. So that is on top of the salt that you have in your food sa pagluto. That is just the minimum. If ever you are using yung parang iodized or pulverized na form of salt, then half a teaspoon is already okay. And you will see na at least at minimum, hindi na kayo manghihina, hindi na kayo mahihilo at mawawala na rin yung sakit ng inyong ulo. Because if you will not take care of that, alam nyo ba kung anong mangyayari? The top 3 na signs na hindi tama ang paglo-low carb ay makikita ninyo, and that is panglalambot and pagkakaroon ng cramps, especially at night. If parating nang lalambot yung inyong lower extremities, yung kahit gusto nyo mag-exercise, parang hindi nyo magawa, and also in the middle of the night or when you are swimming, for example, parang you feel like magka-cramps kayo or nagka-cramps na talaga kayo na sobrang sakit, then most likely yung electrolyte imbalance niyo is now worsened. Hindi lang basta salt yung inyong kulang, now nag-compensate na yung inyong intracellular system and lumabas na yung potassium from the intracellular compartment and lumabas na sa ating bloodstream and it was also flushed out leading to hypokalemia. So yung pagbaba ng ating potassium sa katawan. So our body will try to preserve potassium as much as it can. So that's why yung sacrifice muna are the muscles. Kaya yung mga muscles natin, ito yung unang makakaramdam. And if we don't address this one, it can be dangerous. Severe hyponatremia can actually lead into imbalance sa ating cardiac rhythm. So, pwede magkaroon ng abnormality in our cardiac activity. So, I hope wag nyo nang iparating sa period na yan. If ever you've already in that phase, you might need corrective dose na of potassium. Baka hindi na kaya ng avocado lang or green leafy vegetables lang. Most likely, kailangan na ito ng supplemental dose. You can just seek consultation with our low-carb doctors para mabigyan kayo ng reseta ng potassium that is of higher dose, yung prescription dose, yung hindi pang over-the-counter, because this might need immediate correction. So, kailangan makorek muna yan. So, potassium lang naman yan. In 2 weeks' time, actually, in as fast as 2 hours after taking, you will feel that there's already some improvement. So, the first top 3 na signs na hindi tama yung paglo-low carb ay actually related to electrolyte imbalance. There are others pa, like lack of calcium and magnesium, but those are usually on the last part, not on the latter part. And if you are doing it with heavy exercises without planning your meals properly. But generally, the most basic and most important electrolyte na kailangan natin i-address would be the ones causing sakit ng ulo, panghihilo and panghihina, and also panlalambot and pagkakaroon ng cramps. And it's just mostly from sodium and potassium. So asin and potassium. And we also have our homemade electrolyte drinks. If ever hindi nyo pa nakita yan, you can check on the pinned post in our Life Without Rice and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting community, especially sa mga nagsisimula pa lang, so that hindi nyo na kailangan pagdaanan yung mga side effects na ito. You can learn it the right way, the proper way. But if ever hindi nyo makita yan, and if you want to be guided to learn everything about low carb and fasting para hindi nyo na ma-experience yung mga senyales na ito, you are also more than welcome to join our low carb and fasting masterclass for health optimization. Para sa mga wala pang sakit, we have a 14-day na masterclass, and for those naman na meron ng mga sakit, meron din tayong 21-day specific for your health concerns. So just ask our admins in case you are interested, whether diabetes, high blood pressure, PCOS, tumors, cancers, GERD, fatty liver, gustong mag-weight loss, gustong i-correct yung mataas na cholesterol sa katawan, those can all be improved. Kahit yung wala ng gallbladder, kahit yung meron ng CKD 1, 2, 3, 4, those can still be helped with proper nutrition. So, we invite you to join our exclusive group, especially for those na merong mga tanong. We will have we are actually having a regular Q&A every Sunday for our LCF Masterclass group. And moving forward to our top 4 na sign na hindi tamang low carb, and that is dry skin, brittle nails, and sobrang hair fall. So our skin and our skin appendages, yung mga accessories kumbaga ng ating skin, are actually one of the first to be sacrificed if ever something is wrong in our system. That is why it is very easy to detect when someone is ill, someone is not looking so healthy, because it shows on the outside. So having dry skin, having brittle nails, having thinning of hair just means one thing: you are not consuming enough nutrients. So as much as you are doing low carb, kahit safe list pa yan, but maybe you are overeating the ones that are hindi nutrient dense. So they are low carb, but somewhat they might not be the most nutritious. So say for example, pipino. Baka naka-low carb ka nga, 1 kilong pipino yung naubos mo sa isang araw, pero yun lang yung kinakain mo. So you are actually lacking proteins and healthy fats. So you have to identify. If you are those na kailangan pa mag-weight loss, yes, you can benefit from some pipino to fill you up para mag-lessen muna yung inyong food intake to give opportunity for your fat stores na ma-activate muna, and it will be processed and metabolized at ma-convert into energy. But when it comes to your protein needs and your healthy dose of fats, especially the natural fats that gives moisture to our skin, then you can see na kinukulang kayo sa inyong pag-intake ng nutrient-dense kind of low carb. And that is a very common thing, especially sa ating mga titos and titas na takot ng kumain. Takot na silang kumain ng kanin, takot na silang kumain ng pasta, ng tinapay, ng asukal, pero hindi pa rin nawala yung takot nila sa pagkain ng karne, sa pagkain ng pork, ng beef, ng fish. They are still very afraid. They are afraid to eat anything oily, kahit pa coconut oil yan. So we have safe cooking oils. We also have safe fats, especially if they are natural fats, and we actually need them. And kapag hindi nyo in-address yan, eventually, you will have the top 5, yung panglimang senyales natin na hindi tama yung paglo-low carb. At ano yon? And that is sobrang pagpayat. Kasi if sobra-sobra na yung pagpayat ninyo, maybe you are doing low carb but you are also doing low calorie. At kapag naka-low calorie diet kayo, kahit low carb ba yan, eventually baka ma-maximize yung inyong autophagy process, especially if you are already fasting. Marami akong patients na very proud pa na magsabi na hindi na sila nagugutom. 1 beses na lang sila kumain sa isang araw. But their main problem is sobra yung kanilang pagpayat. And the problem is also in their statement. At yung statement nila yon is yun nga, hindi na sila kumakain. So as much as OMAD or 1 meal a day can be sustainable, but you have to plan your meals. Hindi rin kailangan super bulky, but you have to get your daily caloric needs. So you can maximize for your energy spending, increase your fat intake. So for example, kapag kumain kayo ng itlog, if you just eat 1 egg, that is just around 60 calories, or round it off to 70 calories. But if you will cook the egg, kung hard-boiled egg nasa 70 calories yan. But if you will eat scrambled eggs with 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, prituhin mo siya sa coconut oil and you will mix it well na para makonsumo, including yung 2 tablespoons ng coconut oil na yon, that's 70 calories, 70 kcal na hard-boiled egg will now become around 250 kilocalories if it's already scrambled or fried in 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. So maraming paraan, and all of those you can know more if you watch more of our videos or if you join our masterclass or our free groups. We have Life Without Rice and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting community to support you. So those are the 5 things na signs na hindi tama yung paglo-low carb, yung parating pagsakit ng ulo, yung panghihilo at panghihina, and nanlalambot at nagka-cramps. Number 4, dry skin, brittle nails, and sobrang hair fall. And lastly, sobrang pagpayat. And you can address it all by eating proper, nutrient-dense kind of low carb. And of course, sa nawawala na ng appetite, this is the best time after losing weight. This is the best time for you to incorporate exercises, especially resistance training exercises to improve your metabolism and also maging maganda yung form and body composition ninyo, increasing more of your lean body mass and not just the fat. So yun lang po muna for now. Maraming salamat. I'll see you again in our next video, and hello sa mga malapit sa Dumaguete. I'll see you in our meet and greet this Saturday na. So 2 days na lang, I'll see you there. Kita-kita po tayo dyan for our meet and greet. And of course, we have a new video every 12 noon. So eto yung schedules natin. So yan yung ating schedule. Maraming maraming salamat everybody. See you again next time. And I hope you will support our National Low Carb Day October 2, 2022 just like how you supported us that time. And I hope you will support us this coming December 4. So yun yung part 2 natin ng ating National Low Carb Day. And of course, we will still see the many of our advocates when it comes to this way of life. And thank you to our partners, especially to those who supported us last October 2, 2022. Maraming salamat everyone. Stay low carb, stay safe. Bye-bye.